These 4-3-2-1 custom tactics are absolutely amazing on the attack, so I just had to make a video on them. It is a formation that's been kicked to the curb, but when formatted correctly, it still absolutely has a place in this year's game. Let's get into it. If this video does help you out, guys, please be sure to leave a like on the video. It really goes a long way and helps me out. Getting into the custom tactics, starting with the defensive shape, it is a traditional 4-3-2-1. We're not able to format it, unfortunately, in a 4-4-2 shape this year on the defense, so it is not as strong on the defense as it once was. However, with the ball, we are still able to format it in this really sort of fast-paced style where we've got an overlapping wing-back, a centre-mid more pushed up, two workhorses next to them, and effectively 3 strikers up top, which just basically is a recipe for an absolute nightmare for your opponents to defend. The build-up style I am running on balance just to get a decent mix of runs and short passes, and then in terms of the defensive approach, I'm personally just running with balanced, but to be fair, if you're comfortable running a higher line, you absolutely can with this one. Getting into the player roles, starting with the striker, they are an advanced forward attack, just we're getting a mix of them dropping short and making runs to occupy the centre backs, but more than anything, it's important they stay in the middle because of how centrally our 2 wide cams are going to be tucking in. Speaking of those wide cams, they're both on shadow striker attack, so effectively you will have 3 strikers up front, and when you're playing a 4-back, you effectively have 3 attackers occupying 2 centre-backs, which is why it's so effective when playing direct with this formation. In terms of your 3 centre midfielders, I have playmaker attack on the left side, and then my middle and right centre mid are both box to box. Now, realistically, if you struggle with defending, you absolutely could run holding, maybe on your middle one. You could even run holding on both of them if you feel like you're getting enough on the attack without them venturing forward. However, if you're like me and you kind of just like to throw the kitchen sink at people, then run both of these on box to box. It is a lot more fun, despite being a little bit defensively irresponsible. In terms of this playmaker position here, honestly, someone like a Pateas is perfect. I've kind of got a Wobie in here as a placeholder because I just sold my Pateas. So I think someone like that with the 5-star, 5-star, just someone very good on the ball, that's basically what you need to go for in that playmaker position. Your right back is full back defend. You do not want them committing forward, otherwise you're going to be way too exposed on the counter, so they are completely sitting back and sort of tucking in as a back 3. Your left back is on full back balanced, so they don't venture forward too much, but when you trigger them on a run, they won't sort of run 10 yards, stop and turn around like they will if you have them on full back defend. At least this way, when you manually bring them into the play, they actually commit. They don't just run a little bit and turn around. So it kind of gives you the ability to bring them into the attack without them just mindlessly running into the attack like they will sort of on wing-back or attacking wing-back. If you want that, I would recommend running wing-back. I think attacking wing-back is slightly overkill for this one. So wing-back, if you're comfortable with them always going forward, but full-back balanced if you want to be able to control when they do commit. Both centre-backs are just on defender, defend, and then the goalkeeper, I've personally got on sweeper keeper, but I think going with whatever your goalkeeper's role plus is the way to go. Thank you for sticking with me this far in the video. The code for these tactics is on screen below for you guys to try these out yourself, but stick with me just over the next couple of minutes while I show you guys how to get the most out of this formation. Let's get into it. Now, as we get into this gameplay, you'll notice I'm playing very direct, and you can really notice how present those 3 runners are up top. You get a lot of runners in this formation, so if you like playing direct, you like playing fast, this is an amazing formation for yourself. If you don't like playing fast, you might struggle. I think if you like to play a bit slower, this could work whilst running it on short passing. However, I didn't actually try this one with short passing. I tried counter and I tried balanced, and balanced I felt was the stronger option. But by all means, if you play a bit slower, it might be worth giving a go with short passing, but I personally can't vouch for that because I didn't actually try this one with it, which is unlike me. I normally try everything first, but balance just seemed to work so well for what I was going for. It just seemed like don't fix what isn't broke kind of a thing. Now, in terms of your intel with this team, just make sure the 2 cams that you use do have some shooting ability and pace, because cams typically in this game, like Odegaard and De Bruyne and players like that, they're not the kind of players you want. They're too slow. You need people that are as good as your striker effectively on goal. I'm running the Rutter SBC card, who's a really good option for the left side, being 5'5" and naturally left-footed. Now on the right side, I'm using Pires, but any good right-footed attacker would be absolutely perfect there. I don't think I need to stress too much about what you need to do in this formation because so many people were using this last year. You kind of know what this one is all about. The 4-5-1 has sort of been used as this year's 4-3-2-1 replacement because of its shape off of the ball. But the presence of the left mid and right mid cutting in is nowhere near as good as the presence of the two cams on Shadow Striker in this formation. Now, I do think if you use this, you should have a second formation in your back pocket that's a bit more defensive or a bit more balanced to switch to, because if you play someone that is very good at attacking, you might find yourself getting exposed with this. But in terms of chasing the game, needing goals, this formation is absolutely so fun to play with. That is everything from me today, guys. If you give the tactics a go, be sure to let me know how you got on with them down below, and also be sure to check out my custom tactics playlist, which is linked in the description. But as always, guys, if you did make it this far in the video, I really appreciate your time. If you did enjoy it, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and turn your bell on. Take care, guys.